Hello friends, I'm Nancy Thompson with Create with Nancy and welcome to my craft studio. It is time to create a beautiful project and get inspired. So you're going to share that project with others that we create today. So come on in, say hello, let me know where you're from. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you, and definitely let me know where you're from so I can welcome you. And if you're not new, hello. And if you're watching the replay, I love replay warriors, and say hello then too, so I know that you're here. Okay, all right, it has been a busy weekend. We had our team retreat, so that was an exhausting day. Sunday was spent cleaning up everything, putting everything away, and the last couple of days have been busy. It's been honey making season here. Honey extracting, not making. Okay, so I'm late today because I'm trying to get everybody out of the house so we have quiet. She just finished cleaning everything up, thank the Lord, and she extracted a lot of honey. I can't remember, was it like almost 400 pounds this week, so she has done well. I had to do a grand total. So, but she's done for the year. This week was the last extraction. So the fall honey this year is totally different. It's amazing. It's not as dark and as intense as it was last year. It's been a weird year for honey making. So, okay, so let's get started. Today, hi Shirley, welcome. Today we're going to be using something from the September online exclusives. Okay, the November online exclusives will be out. They will be out November 1st, I believe. Customers can order, and demonstrators get to pre-order. So if you want to get your hands on the online exclusives right now, you can sign up to be a demonstrator by taking advantage of our most fabulous gift ever, or join special ever. Okay, I've never seen it this low before. It's only there's two offers. The first one is you can get $125 in product for $35, and you get free shipping, and you also get a paper pumpkin kit, and you get to be part of my Inking with Heart Stampers team. We love adding people to our team and to our community because we're a small but mighty community, and we love the closeness of our team. So let's see what else. And the second offer is what it normally is. For $99, you can choose $189 worth of product, free shipping. Again, you only have to pay sales tax on both kits, and you also get your paper pumpkin kit as well. And then after that, it's up to you whether you want to just be a hobbyist, where you love getting the discount, a 20% discount, until you reach a certain level, and then it goes up to 25, or if you want to make it a business and build a team. So it can be whatever you want, and it can be for however long you want. If you want to take advantage of the kit, and hopefully you'll excuse me. Let me take a drink of water here. And continue on and be a part of our team. We do in-person and local events, or in-person and Zoom, so it can be whatever you want. Anyways, okay, so let's get started. Enough of the spiel, right? And what else is happening today? Today is, my newsletter just went out this morning. I just could not get to it. So it went out, well, early this afternoon. I think maybe around 1 o'clock or so. It went out, and I didn't really say anything about the kits. There's a kit special going on. So if you love kits are 10, 20, or 30% off. So go check out the kits if you want to place an order. You can also add the kits to your starter kit as well. You cannot add paper pumpkin. That is the only exclusion on that, is you cannot add paper pumpkin. But if you have been wanting to get like the stamp cut and emboss machine, this is the perfect time for you to take advantage of that starter kit. Because you would need to add that to the, because it's $130. So it would have to be the $99 starter kit, okay? And then you could add in some more dies or embossing folders, or order some of the new online exclusive things, whatever your heart's desires. So, but I would love for you to talk to me more about it. And answer any questions you may have, okay? All right, so let's get started. Let's go to my desktop here. Let's see, there we go. All right, so what we're using today, we're using the Elegant Pine Snowflakes designer paper, and I didn't even pull any out. And I'm not sure. I mean, like, just, it's not very organized. So we're gonna look at that in a minute. So we're using that, and the stamp set and the dies, they are awesome. If you love snowflakes and you love nature, you're gonna love this kit. I just think it is, this bundle is so cool, this suite of product. I have not gotten the shaded spruce and gold edge ribbon, but these are really cool too, but I don't have them in front of me. Yeah, I don't. But these are different. They're like faceted snowflakes. The profile isn't too bad. They're a little tall, but not super bad. All right, so you can check that out. That, not sure if I added this a while ago to my newsletter. So, I need to start putting these like up on my website, all right? But you can see them all in the online store, okay? And the other thing we're using in the September through December 2025 mini catalog on page 15, we're using the Greetings for You Mix and Match pack, ephemera pack. I have fallen in love with these. These are so cool. And there are so many. I split the pack in half, and I have been making a ton of cards, okay? So, and I've been working on a class this week, so that was kind of taking up my time as well this week. I've been designing a Christmas card class, and all I have to do is figure out the price of it. But these are so cool. They, so there's 3 designs, 3 sheets, okay, 3 different sheets, and each of the 3 sheets, okay, so half of a package, you're gonna get like 3 of these season greetings stamp set in half a package. 'Tis the season, 3 of them, okay? So it's really cool that there's so many multiples and different designs and words as well. There's a lot of Happy Christmas, Merry and Bright, more Merry Christmas, and they've done just different shapes. There's joy, a big scripty joy. So it's really cool. Let me take out, let me do the one that's not touched yet. I like to just work with one set of things. So here's page 1 right there. So let me get that, the lighting. It is like a fall day today. It's chilly out there. And then here's your other 2, okay? So you can definitely see there's 1, 2, 3 of the joys. So you're gonna get 3 multiples in half of a package of each one of those. So really cool. So really, you're going to get 6 of those in a whole package if you were to order it, all right? But I've been working on a special class to go. All right. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. Oh, good. Watching from Winnipeg. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Okay, so that's what we're using today as well. And here's the stamp set, Delicate Pines. And they've never done a snowflake set like this. And then lots of really cool dies. These, when you die cut several of these, it'll create a snowflake. And then this is a smaller one. There's 3 little one of these to create the smaller one. And we're going to use that today. And of course, we've got dies for the snowflakes. And this is really cool. This kind of cuts out, I didn't realize, why are these all separate? It cuts out the center of the snowflake. So all that white space is cut out for it. It's really cool how they thought about that. And then we've got some berries. We've got some leaves that cut out the designer paper, mini pine cones on the designer paper. There's a snowflake. So let's look at the paper now. And this is like a bonus die, and same with the pine cone. This will layer together so you get that definition of what the pine cone really should look like. So that's cool. Okay, let's look at this paper, this gorgeous paper. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's try to get it organized, Nancy, here. So there's one. I don't know if I even have doubles. 2, 3. Nope. 4, 5, 6. Okay. I've got some doubles so we can see the front and the back. Look at that huge one. It would make a great like scrapbook layout. And then here's the flip side. They did that. The concept artist did like that salt technique. Okay. And then we have this. These aren't that bad to fussy cut. I made a card previous to this and did a lot of fussy cutting with that. Okay. Here's the back side of that with Pretty Peacock, that salt technique. And then I think the dies, will the dies cut out this? I haven't really looked too much. I don't know. Yeah, it'll cut this one out right there. Isn't that cool? And I wonder if it will cut out. See, it doesn't cut out like these extra little sprigs, right? Here's this one. And it will cut out this one as well. Oh boy. I didn't like pay attention to that. That is so cool. So very versatile there. Okay. All right, here's the flip side. We got those tiny little snowflakes, and there is a snowflake die here. Here we go. So that would cut out, I think, these little ones right here, if you so inclined to. Okay. And then here's this one. I love this. This is a Secret Sea background. I just think it's striking. This is still an easy one to fussy cut. All right. And I am definitely missing one. Okay. Here's the back side of that. So this would definitely cut out this again. All right. I might have to go and redesign some of my cards again. All right, and then obviously the smaller one would get cut out as well. And there is one that cuts out this foliage as well. Where is that one? Hope I haven't lost it. Oh, here it is. So it'll cut out like these little tiny foliage pieces there. And this like 3 thing of pine branches right there. It cuts that out as well. So much versatility. Okay, let's keep going. So we've got that one. Now, look at this. This is definitely a cool snowflake. And we've got this one here. This will cut out this. I haven't been looking that well. And then there's one that cuts out like this little sprig here. This little sprig here, you can see that one, and then that one as well. And if you really, it probably would cut out the berries here as well. Okay, I think that's about it on that one. And then here's the flip side. I think this one's striking. And where's my little one again? Will that do that? No. But where did this one go? I don't know. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Okay. So, kind of cool. And then finally this one. This one definitely, everything on this paper would get cut out, okay? Because we've got a little one that fits the pine cone here as well. You can see that. And then here is Here's the snowflake. Here's, it cuts out these right here. And here's that sprig that I was talking about, as well as this one right here as well, that little pine branch sprig right there, okay? So a lot of versatility here. Just a lot of die cutting, that's all, and using a sticky note or some washi tape. Oh, I got a tickle all of a sudden. Will help those little tiny dies from moving around on you when you're die cutting. Okay. Oh, let's look at the flip side of this. There we go. It's a little deeper old olive salt tape technique. Okay. Okay, so this is called Elegant Pines Snowflake Dies. Okay. Whoops. Okay, let's get making a card here today. Now, this card is based off a sketch, okay? And we are gonna, and it's gonna, if you tune in on Friday, you're gonna see me turn this sketch into a fun fold, okay? Hi, Phyllis, welcome. Hi, Kathy. So yes, so let's get started. So we're gonna use a card base. And I've done some die cutting, and I gotta remember my measurements of cherry cobbler, and this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, we can set that aside, and then we have some designer paper. So let me think here. Okay, so I know I should know because I just only made these cards starting at like 1:15. Okay. We had an appointment this morning. So pretty much the width is 1 3/4, and then this is going to be 5 inches tall. Okay. So I just cut a strip that's 5 inches wide, and I like to make sure, you know, so see how they're matched up. This is going to be on the right side of the card, and this is going to be on the left side of the card. Okay. And we have sunshine today. Whoops. Let's go with this. I almost was going to put glue on that, but we always want to put our adhesive on the smaller piece so we don't get adhesive where we don't want it to go, right? Okay, so, and then our old olive here is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8, okay? Simple measurements. What also started, because I usually start with the fun fold and then back into my simple and easy card, because I try to make that fun fold into a sketch. So you can start getting used to making something that that you can get like the same concept out of it. Okay. All right. So on Friday, our fun fold is going to kind of use 2 strips here. Okay. But a little different. Maybe not the same measurement. All right. Okay. So let's add this to our card front. And we're going to just simply, if you wanted to, you could stamp on the background, but we're going quick and simple here today, okay? I had a whole nother set of cards already made, and I'm like, you know, it doesn't resemble my fun fold, so I redid them at the last minute. Okay, you know, that one's just a little too close. Let me back this over a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so there's that. Hi, Gal. I know. Peaches, that sounds yummy. Do I have this going the right way? Did I flip it around? There we go. I have tomatoes to do, so I gotta get them done. They have been hanging out in my garage for a few weeks, so I don't want them to go to waste, right? Got a bushel to do. All right, how's that looking, everybody? So we've got, there's kind of like our sketch idea. So the next part would be is to think of a focal point. Your focal point can be whatever you want it to be. So we're gonna have this here. This is our gold foil, and it's using our stylish shape dies. And I didn't pick out a greeting here. You know what I want. Let's see. Let's go from our house to yours. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna add our foil on here, and we're gonna put it on in a diamond orientation here. Just gonna line the points up in between the spacing of those two cards. Oh, I wish I had time to make peaches. I used to do all that stuff in the olden days. I do miss it though. Nothing like opening a jar of peaches from summer, right? Are peaches still available too? Okay, so we're gonna make, this is kind of, that's that smaller one that can make like the smaller snowflake. We're just adding a little bit of glue in the center and creating our snowflake, okay? It does give it, it raises it up because that's like 3 layers of cardstock there. And I already die cutted one of those images from our designer paper. So let's add a little glue there, and I'm gonna just put it on the in between the snowflakes. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna pull in, I was using twine on some of my other ones, but we're gonna pull in, I keep forgetting to use this. It's called Irregular Wave Trim. It's kind of a loof-off, you know, it just reminds me of that, is it loof-off? I can't pronounce it right. All right, so we're gonna just add this onto here, and to add that on, we're gonna add a little bit of tear tape, hold it in place, okay? Because we're gonna put our greeting down here. So let's add a little piece of tear tape, okay, and some scissors, and I'm gonna just bring it all the way to the end because I'm not sure how I want to cut it. Let's give us self room. But this is in our, I think it's in the mini catalog, and I'm not sure what suite it's with, okay? It's really cool stuff. It's thin, just a little different thing to have. Okay, let's grab some dimensionals here and put this right over top of that. And the other thing about these greetings, there's adhesive on the back. You just have to peel it off and stick it, but I have been using it with dimensional, so it doesn't do any good to peel it off. I think I'm gonna just kind of shorten this up just a little. I think I'm gonna just leave it straight, shorten it up. What do you guys think? Should I have angled it? All right, so let's add some gold here. All right, so we're gonna just add, what did I do with my sequins? These, I love these, and this is my, I've only bought one package, one container of these, and they're still lasting, and I've been using them quite a bit. Let's see, let's just go add some sequins like here and one down here. All right, and I have been using my scissor tips to pick these guys up because it's a little, I don't know, I'm finding like you could use your, let's just throw some out on the table. You could use your, take your pick tool. The scissor tips work pretty good. There's 3 sizes in here. You know, can you guys see them? There's a larger one. You can see this one's definitely the largest right there. This is the medium. And then we're gonna take a small one. There we go. Okay. Oh, yummy. They gotta be yummy, Gail. I know I didn't have any peaches this year. Okay, let's set them aside. And what do you think of the card front? Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that just like an elegant card and just so, so different? Okay, let's dress up the inside, right? And I got a smudge there, so we're going to flip that over. And let's see. Let's use From Our House to Ours, Celebrate the Season. I think we might just put both of these on. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yep. So if you have like 2 greetings, let's get these. It's the most magical time of the year. I'm just going to line these kind of up together and then pick them up with my block. And this side is smudgy, so we're going to practice on this side. And I think we're going to use Secret Sea ink. And normally I'd have a grid sheet out. Remember, tap, tap lightly with your ink. Ooh. Oh, that looks a little, I didn't check this. Guess that looks okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, now let's get it the same way on this side, right? Here we go. All right, I love that Secret Sea. It is just so sharp looking, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna also add, let's close this up, this little tiny strip on here. It's a 1/2-inch strip. Usually it's longer than what I need, but paper was already cut. And this is a little bit shorter than my paper here. So we're going to pull in my trimmer, I think. Oh yeah. Here's my trimmer. I just want to trim off this edge here. Oh, feels like I feel like I just changed the blade in my trimmer. It feels dull. There we go. Whoops. Okay, let's do that. Let's add a little strip here. Here we go. Give it a little pop of color. Trim off the ends. Okay. I know, Secret Sea is great for greetings. It's the best. Just make sure you get a refill. So Secret Sea is new this year, so it's good for 2 years, but it's always best to get a refill when you order your ink pad, so you're kind of like in the same die lot. Here we go. Okay, I mounted on, so my basic white cardstock is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then the Old Olive is 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right, what do you think? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. There we go. Now, if you really wanted to, you could dress up the inside a little bit more. I've been starting my stash of things, been die cutting and not using. So I could just kind of stick this down here. Or what else do I have? Yeah, I'll just do a little snowflake. Let's do the little snowflake, I think. See, here's the larger ones right there, the larger snowflakes. Those are cool. They look really good in this brown metallic. Oh, that's the next card. I actually have 2 cards for you today because I didn't finish one of my card samples. So we're going to make 2 cards today. It's almost done, but we're going to finish it up. There. Yeah, that looks good. And let's do an envelope. Here's our envelope flap. And I had envelopes floating around my desk here. Here we go. Let's add our envelope on this. And hopefully I send out some Christmas cards this year, right? I think by the time I get done making cards, I don't feel like sending cards. My goal is to always do Thanksgiving cards, and I don't seem to get that either. I'd rather do Thanksgiving or even Valentine's Day cards instead. So we'll see. It might be Thanksgiving cards this year. Instead of Christmas. Okay, give it a little haircut here. Here we go. And what do you think? Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh. Okay, let's look at card number 2 here. I like this one too. And then I have one other card I didn't finish, and I have to think about that one for a little bit. All right, look at this one. This is the other Secret Sea background. So shaded spruce and cherry cobbler. So I took 6 colors and just mixed the paper up with different mats and everything, so it would just all look a little cohesive. So I had to decide, where do I want this? Oh yeah, so this was my concept, to have that up there like that. But do I want to go down or up? Just looking to see what I'm covering up. I hate to cover up the paper. Okay, so I think I want that about there. Thank you, Wendy. So let's do this. Add this here. And then, let's see, where do I want to get the height? I think, let's do this first. Let's put this on. I know I want the words to have some height. So, kind of work our way backwards a little bit. Let's grab some mini dimensionals here. And, okay. So I didn't really think this out, so this is the thought process. Just trying to decide what ribbon to use, the linen thread or that other stuff we just used. Okay, so all I did was cut one of these, part of the snowflake, in half, and we're just going to put that there with that over top, I think, and then a little bow of linen thread. So I'm going to be selective where I put my liquid glue, just kind of on that lower part because it's going to hang off. Okay. There we go. And then let's add some liquid glue on here. So this is 2 pieces. So I cut the top layer in early espresso and the bottom layer is pecan pie. Okay. Let's let that sit for a minute and let's see. I need a ruler to measure because I want to do a double bow. Usually I do 16. So another 4. Let's grab this, tie your bow. So if you haven't seen this before, this is just a hair pick that I've gotten at a box store, but you could use a meat fork or look for a different hair pick. This is a store that has gone out of business. And all you simply do, if you had a meat fork, you're just going to have a tail on the left to get these 2 tails together. kind of hold my thumb over that. You're going to come across. I have the close, because it's a double bow, I have the loopy part on this side because it's easier to manage the one loop versus two tails. So you're going to come across, you're going to come around to the front and cross over that first one, go down through the middle, and grab it from the behind. So you're kind of like also holding on to these two over here. And then we're going to come from the back up to the front again in the middle and tie your knot. Just a half knot is all you need. And you just want to make sure it's super, super tight. So just kind of tie it this way, tie it this way, tie it across. Because once you take it off, you cannot tighten the bow again. You just want that knot as tight as you can get it. The thicker the ribbon, the harder it is to do. Okay, so we've got that, and we need some mini glue dots. So let's grab that. And always hide your glue dots. Don't let them show. I think we'll just kind of add that there. We'll trim that in a minute. So, do we want this raised too? Or flat? I think raised. We're going to dimensionalize this. Here we go. I don't know if I'd make too many of these for a Christmas card, but a few for that someone special. There we go. And now let's give it a trim. See how far I want these to get cut. Yeah, I think I want them kind of long. It just makes it look wispy. All right, I think, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it needs some sequins, or maybe I'll just set them on there? I'm not sure. We won't add any glue yet. And if so, tell me where. What about like right here? This was my thought. Just one on each end. Big ones. Or we could just put them on the Secret Sea background. You know, sprinkle them around. I think I like them on the background. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, let's go with the background, I think. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll wait for a response to see, should we add some sequins? And if so, where should we put them? On the old olive or the back, or on the designer paper? And in the meantime, I'm going to share with you the other cards I've made with this paper. Okay. So this is the only one I haven't finished, and I'm not sure yet. I got to play around with this one because the paper is so not very busy. So I was thinking of trying to incorporate this somehow. I got to work in the greeting, okay? So that will be another time, and I have to do the inside. Thanks, Wendy. So here's this one. So this one I added some linen thread with that bronze, well, I call it bronze, but I think it's called brown metallic. And I used the small snowflake on cherry cobbler and a pecan pie circle on that one. Let's see. So here's my original card here. So the difference is I put the sequins on the background versus here. So which one do you like better of those two? So that'd be kind of the same. You see the sequins on that, the left one? So very similar. It's just the sequins are different. Let's pull this forward. Okay. Okay, so we got these two done. And then here's another idea. just using a smaller square die cut, using the Miriam Bright. It all just depends on your words too, on what you create. So, so just a lot of versatility. And then this one's very similar to this. I just used a different joy and did the same concept with the snowflake pecan pie in a secret sea circle. So anyway, so the sequence on the right, this one. So I can't remember which one we did. I think I like this. So let's just go, what did I do? Which card were we? Oh, we're doing this card, Nancy. Okay, let's go with adding some glue on here, okay? Shirley said the background too. All right, hi Kathleen, welcome. Okay, so let's just add some sequins up here, and I think another one like right here. Let's just do this. Where'd my scissors go? It's better if you let the glue dry for a minute till it turns a little clear, so then it becomes a glue dot and it's not gonna like slide all over the place. And I think I might just go with this big one right here. There we go. All right, I love these gold sequins. If you have not gotten these, add them to your order. Loose gold sequins. All right, and if anybody wants the number, it's 165267. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you go and subscribe to my newsletter, createwithnancy.com, and that's where you're going to get the PDF for these. I think I'm caught up with the newsletter that just went out today. There was 3 of them in it, okay? And 3 of the corresponding videos were with it too. Hi, Gail. Welcome. She was at our retreat on Saturday. I'm glad I think so, right? Yes, I have you right. You are a novice and you are learning so much and I love it. Okay. So, what was I going to say? So sign up for my newsletter. The next one, I don't know, I try to do weekly and it just doesn't happen, but hopefully every other week. All right. That's what I shoot for sure. I know this one was a lot longer, just too much was happening here. Anyways, let's see, what else do I want to share with you guys? Don't forget about our join special as well, okay? And this is where you can order at createwithnancy.com. Hit that shop now button. And hopefully later tonight, I'll have a shopping list for the products we used today. So you can click on that product list and you can add it right to your cart. Let's see, what else? Yeah. I'll be back on Wednesday. So remember, Wednesday, I will be sharing a fun fold using kind of like the same concept with like these 2 columns. The embellishment's a little different, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed today. Make sure you hit that share button, share with your friends, the hearts, thumbs up, whatever, if you've really enjoyed this video. And if you're the replay warrior, say hello, okay? All right, we will see you again soon. And if you have any questions, don't forget, the kit sale ends today. So go grab some kits. They make awesome presents for people. And there's some good ones in there. In my newsletter, I said some of my favorite ones. There's the ones with I forget the name of it. I think it was Brightest Day or something like that. It has like, the quality of those cards in there are spectacular. I should have brought in some kits to share with you. The quality of those cards, it's almost like a linen type card base, and there's beautiful die cut, white die cuts that you adhere on and do a little stamping of the greetings. It's larger in the bottom, medium in the middle, small on top. Okay. Thinking of how you see a bird. Oh, that is a good idea, Kathleen. Yes, thank you. All right, so, but check out the kits. There's so many, especially for grandkids. We're also doing, if you want to sponsor a kit, because we are partnering with the Port Byron Christmas Angel program. If you love to sponsor a kit or even just a simple donation, we're collecting donations so we can buy some kits. So send me a donation today so I can buy some more kits on sale for the kids there. The kids, it's a low-income community, small community, and the kids ask for crafting kits on their wish list every single year, and it is so good to be able to give them that experience, to be able to create and get away from like their phones and video games and everything else, and be able to have a totally different experience. So if you want to message me, I'll give you some more information about that as well. And at our retreat, we raised enough funds for I think another 9 more kits. So so that was great, but we still have a ways to go. And Christmas is coming. So, all right, have an awesome day. Enjoy the sunshine. The sun is finally coming out here in Sunshine, New York. It's a little bit chilly, but we will take it, right? Better than our alternatives. So, enjoy your day, and thank you for joining me. I so appreciate you.